From the creative mind that brought you 2014's The Awkward Moment and 2018's hit TV show Ghosted comes a brand new self-aware buddy duo character piece kidnapping thriller action comedy that is guaranteed to spice up your day.
I fucking told you.
Nick Cage plays, well, Nick Cage, and it's safe to say that this movie had a lot of pitfalls lurking about, ready to swallow it up into a void, a pit of mediocrity from which there's no return.
Whether you like it or not, you have a gift. And that gift brings light and joy to an increasingly dark and broken world.
But does this Nick Cage vehicle have the gusto, the je ne sais quoi, to burst through our preconceived expectations and grab us by the lapel with intent to strike us in the heart and shake us to our core? Until yes, oh my Lanta, yes, we believe. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, as you likely already know, has Nicolas Cage playing a fictionalized version of himself. And this gimmick could have easily overstayed its welcome were it not for the well-linked narrative structure in the performances by the aforementioned Nick Cage and co-star Pedro Pascal. But that's not to say that the movie is perfect. It does meander a tad during its opening act, leaving the viewer to wonder what the movie is truly about.
Paddington 2.
What?
Nicolas Cage plays a washed-up has-been who not only struggles to keep relevant within Hollywood, but also in the eyes of his daughter as she grows increasingly fed up with her father's self-destructive selfishness. Without getting too deep into spoilers, Nick Cage decides to take a $1 million gig to be a guest star at a billionaire's birthday party, and thus enter superfan Javier, or Javi. And up to this point, the film, while still managing to draw some laughter from its audience, struggles to engage beyond any superficial level. This version of Nick Cage is far from likable, rendering him unsympathetic, at least in my eyes. In hindsight, this was of course all by design, and I must admit I struggle to think of how the creative team could have changed things up without damaging the payoff they were building up to. And boy, there's a payoff.
Gabriella ripped the bedspread off me this morning. Now you're sending me on like a wild goose chase. I'm sorry.
In an era when studios continue to churn out sequels and franchises with predetermined roadmaps, it's always welcome to find a movie created for the pure sake of creativity.
Imagine that. Kaboom.
Going back to superfan Javi, it's here that the movie begins to hit its stride with a fantastic display of creativity and self-awareness, in part due to a script that is quite literally built from the ground up. And this caricature of classic movie tropes doubles up with its own caricature of said Nicolas Cage. And my god, I mean, everyone, including your mother's half-on second cousin, knows that Nicolas Cage can be a bit... His performances have always flirted between hit or miss, but then we have those roles wholly crafted around Nick. And it's these albatrosses, these films not only willing to harness the beast, but courageous enough to let him out of his cage. And by golly, who knew that only Nick Cage himself would be qualified to play Nick Cage. And honestly, I don't know if there's that many actors out there able to pull this off for more than just a short cameo, apart from John Malkovich, of course. Equally up to the task is Pedro Pascal, who was able to embody the zaniness, intensity, and likability that the role demands. In fact, it's through his character that we are allowed to build a connection with Nick Cage, thus becoming the catalyst behind not only the character development in our leading role, but the engine behind the story's direction. And ultimately, it's this bromance with Nick Cage, or more specifically, their chemistry, that shines through. Toss in some simple yet well-executed payoffs in the final act, and I actually found myself welling up with emotions as the final line was delivered. Is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent the perfect movie? Hell no, but my god was it a good time. Give this self-aware buddy duo character piece kidnapping thriller action comedy a try, and watch as your smile grows thrice as large. Let us know of your thoughts on the film in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, then golly, hit that like button and subscribe to the revolution to ensure you don't miss out on any future and tantalizing content from your favorite thundering alpacas.
Your kingdom will not last.